We
What's
live,
good? What's
baby.
good, y'all? We live. Another episode. This ain't the Eagles Elite podcast. This is your game preview. You know what I'm saying? I am your man, Cool McCain, at Eagles Elite podcast right there. You know what I'm saying? Right beside me, I got my man Wyatt.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Below him, I got my man Tyler.
What's up? What's up?
And last but definitely not least, that guy, King DV. What up, bro?
What's going on, man? I already know I had to be on here for this game. I had to.
What? 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 Hey, look, man. I'm gonna just say this right here. This game means a lot, but to me, it's not necessarily to win or loss, but it's to hang in there. We need to win. Don't get me wrong, but if we can come out and have another game like the Super Bowl, and the fact that it took to the very end, if we do lose, which I don't believe we are, but if we do, then I could be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? What I do not want to happen is for us to forget about Travis Kelsey and him to go out there and try to show out for his girlfriend, her parents, and his parents. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? We need Taylor to make sure that Travis has had a lot of trying to make sure I say this the correct way. A lot of cardiovascular activity in the last 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? You can be our inside man, Taylor. You can look out for because we know you an Eagles fan, really. You just rocking all the Chiefs stuff because you're blue and Chiefs. So just saying.
No.
Look out for the homies. Just look out for the homies.
I
Yeah, man.
don't think she's in attendance tonight, though. I don't think she is.
She's on
The
tour.
story
So
was
she's over. Yeah, she's on
the
tour.
story was she was supposed to be there and her parents, because her
No, she
parents were
only
Yeah,
meeting with
bought
Kelsey's
tickets
parents.
for. She only bought tickets for her
see that.
parents because her dad's an Eagles fan.
It,
Ah,
well, she's an Eagle fan too. It's a conflict of
yeah.
interest with her, but the reason why she's not there is because something happened in her, at her show, and she had to
Oh,
reschedule.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, 'cause hey, I kind of like it when she there because I feel like it's a little exasperating for everybody else because they like, oh, all over Taylor Swift like the rest of us ain't out here. So I kind of like it when she there. I kind of like it when she's not there. Either way, though, the big thing is you still could have got to Travis and made sure he was relaxed for the game. I'm just saying,
Right.
look out for your squad. You know what I'm saying?
Figure something out.
Yeah, get him to fly over there so he a little jet lag. Whatever you got to do, Taylor. Come on. You grew up an Eagles fan. Don't you abandon your family just because of your first non-emo dude. We don't do that.
Yeah,
Not what
don't do
Eagles
this to
fans
us,
do.
Taylor.
Yeah,
Don't do this to us, Taylor.
that's not what Eagles fans do. We tried and true. We bleed green. So don't you forget that just because you're blue over there on that other team. But nah, man. All jokes aside, man, I'm excited about this matchup. DV, I know you got something to say, bro. What you thinking, man? What you thinking?
I want people to stop saying that this is a revenge game, a Super Bowl rematch. Please stop saying this. This is more of a standard game. It's about the standard. Where are we now coming off of the bye? I know the other team is coming off of a bye too as well, but where are we now? We got guys back like Roby, we got guys back like Cam Jurgens, people that, was missing. They were missing, even though Roby didn't play that many games, but he was missing because we were rotating rookies, in that slot position. We need to know where we're standing at. Kevin Byard has more than enough time. I'm not giving him no out anymore in any weeks. He had more than enough time to study that playbook. He had more than enough time around the guys to know, okay, this is what it is. And he had some good games against Travis Kelsey too. Not saying that he stopped him, but he contained him a little bit when he was over there Tennessee. So he knows, some of the game film of, what went on in the Super Bowl. Don't like to keep bringing up the Super Bowl, but at the same time, this is a standard game. It's not like Nick Sirianni said. We can't sit up there if we win, take the ring back. We can't do that. It's just we're 9-1. If we lose, we're 8-2. That's it. We're going to play a good football team in a hostile environment. I know it's going to be loud, but we're going to have some Eagles fans there too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's raining," but it's a good thing about the rain because the rain makes teams run the football.
Facts. At least it should. At least it should.
Yeah, right.
Y'all,
So that's what I'm
I've done a
saying.
I've
Go
done
ahead.
a couple of shows with Chiefs fans, and the same
Mhm.
complaints we have is the same complaints that they have. They don't run the ball enough, and all that type of what I'm saying, different situational type things. All right, so we got
Hey,
Philly
what's
Philly.
going
She
on?
says I'm here. Then we got another Philly Philly that says what up, Cuzzo.
What's going
You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Hey, Philly Philly and Philly Philly, what's good? What's good?
What's happening?
You know what I'm saying?
What's up,
But
Philly
yeah,
Philly
man.
Squared? How you
on?
doing?
Squared.
It's just, man, they all the same concerns, man. And then we all remember when we had Andy Reid as our coach. That ball management, that clock
Yeah.
management don't be good. So let's hope that continues and we get that. And also, I'm sure one of y'all was gonna mention this, but I'm just sick of hearing it. Andy Reid is undefeated against the Eagles since he left. You know what I'm saying? It's time to shut that up too. It's time to shut that
Hmm.
up. And we can do that tonight.
I agree.
Don't have
Absolutely.
to be about the Super Bowl. There's so many other things it could be about. I'm really kind of tired of people trying to make this like a Super Bowl. This is not a Super Bowl rematch. Just like the game in 2 weeks is not a NFC Championship game rematch. That's not how it goes. You know what I mean? If it's gonna be a rematch, we have to get back to that game. The same two teams. This ain't a
Uh-huh.
rematch. This is like DV said. This is a regular season game between two really good teams in the NFL. People don't want us to be the top two teams. They'll put anybody there. They'll put Detroit there. They'll put Baltimore there. They just don't want to put the Eagles and Chiefs there. But that's okay. You ain't got to put us there for us to be there. We don't need your approval to be there because no one likes us and we don't care anyway. You know what I'm saying? To be 100% real. All right, Tyler, what you got, man?
I have to agree with King DV here. They should not treat this as a Super Bowl rematch. This is a regular season matchup between two great teams. Um, again, like we said since week one, run that freaking football. For the love of all things Eagles football, run the football, man. Come on. The defense, I didn't like what the defense brought in that Cowboy matchup for the bye. So they gotta clean that up for sure. Um, Brian Johnson, Brian, dude, you got to be more creative with these plays, man. You got to be more creative. We've said this for weeks. Be more creative with the football. Decide do a lot more of the blitz coverage hybrid schemes. That seems to be working a little bit. Enough with playing guys 10 yards out. That never works. That never works. So that's all I got, man.
All right, Why? What you got, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's really time to see what this team has been working on over these past week or two of the bye week and everything. I mean, the big concern is just that defense. I mean, hopefully with it raining and everything, teams will be running the ball. We don't have to worry about Pat Mahomes throwing all over us. But based off the past couple games, there's definitely a lot to be worked on. Especially, I mean, it's going to definitely help getting Roby back and getting a lot of pieces back that we didn't have previously. Have some continuity on that defense and that secondary. But you just gotta keep an eye out for Pat Mahomes there. You have to. I mean, the offense, I'm not nearly as worried about that as long as we're running the ball, especially if it's raining. Have that run game going through just DeAndre Swift. Have Penny out there as well. I want to see Penny. We only got like 2 reps out of him in that last game. Was it the game before that or was it the Cowboys game? I forget. But he was decent in those 2 reps. He's got some yards. Kenny Gainwell, I'm still not sold on him, but I mean, he's going to be part of that run game as well. So I mean, I'm sure Devontae and AJ Brown will get their looks, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do out there without Goddard as well. Because I mean, we went 5-0 without Goddard last year. It's going to be interesting seeing them going against a huge team like this without him, because we weren't in that position last year without him playing like a really good team from what I remember. So I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but I still got our Birds coming out on top though.
Oh yeah, gotta have that. Gotta have that. Gotta have that. All right, so gentlemen, Excuse me. So while we're discussing everything that we want to see happen in the game, what is one thing that we need to do to secure a victory in this game? And we'll go reverse this time. So why we'll start with you and swing around Tyler and then King DV.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
What's one thing that the Eagles can do in this game to secure a victory?
Put pressure on Pat Mahomes. That defensive line needs to be eaten. And I mean, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, they haven't been as healthy over this past couple weeks. That's why we really needed the bye is to get some of these players healthy. So both of them weren't even on the injury report. So they're going to be huge in this game tonight. We cannot let Pat Mahomes get outside the pocket or try to run on us, like similar to what was happening in that Super Bowl.
Agree. Hey, if one of y'all have the show on, we can kind of hear it, the feedback from it. So if you have it
No,
on,
I
make
don't
sure you
have the
mute it.
show on right now. I don't have
Okay.
the show.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah,
It's kind of a little weird. Okay, cool. Tyler, what you got?
Considering that Mahomes can run you over with his legs, keep him hemmed in. Also, outside of Kelsey, the receivers have bricks for hands. So I would say double cover Kelsey. Double cover Kelsey. Get him to not be going. All right, because he's the only guy out there on that field right now that could do anything on that offense in that passing game. If they're going to use the running game, hem that in too. So, but the biggest thing is to keep Travis Kelsey double covered.
All right, DV,
Keep him
what
double
about you, bro?
covered. Let the brick for hands try to catch because they're not going to catch a lot. So,
About you, DV.
I'll just say, because Patrick Mahomes is great at exploiting defenses, and he's going to test our edge rushers, man, to try to make it less difficult for his tackles. So that's a game plan there. Also, try to avoid him throwing behind the linebackers often, because that's where he's going to go with a guy like Sky Moore or a guy like Travis Kelsey. He's going to go behind the linebackers, or he's going to try to test these linebackers because they know that our linebackers don't really have any good coverage urgency. So at the same time, you want to avoid that. That's what you want to avoid. So I'm looking for Bradley Roby with a little mix of um, Bob Byard over the top on Kelsey, and just let these other receivers try to beat us. Their best receiver, I believe, is Rice. He had what, over a little over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns on the season. He's not really a threat, but I'm just saying, just let these other guys beat us. That's basically one thing that I'm concerned about, because we don't know coming out how the secondary and short the side is going to adjust. And I want them to adjust before halftime, at least the second quarter, and not
Please.
wait, because this is a team that can actually be in the lead, right? But if we do have to wait and we're up 10 points again, I don't see us losing this game.
yeah.
I feel that.
Uh,
For me, play calling. We need play calling. All right, let me hop in the comments real quick, and then I'll break that down for y'all. So Philly says, hopefully they clean up the bunches formation and they're gonna expose us. Old man Mob says, what's going on? How we doing tonight? Hopefully you guys win. My nephew a KC fan. Oh man, appreciate you hopping in with us, man. And I hope your
Yes,
nephew's
sir.
mad after this game.
Straight
You
up.
know what I'm saying? Philly says keep him in the pocket and ball protection. Those are
Yeah.
definitely good things. But for me, man, play calling. We've got to call a better game offensively and defensively. We've got to actually exploit what we see. Y'all, one of the things we need to do is make sure, whether it's a double team, whether it's somebody over the top, whatever you want to do, Travis Kelsey should be your focal point in the passing game. Also, on top of that, the rush. Rotate these guys out, keep them fresh, keep attacking Mahomes. Make Mahomes uncomfortable. Make him have to do things that he doesn't necessarily want to do. Make him have to throw the ball before he wants to. Make him have to find the open person and just give them the ball. Offensively, the line is intact. Jurgens is there. The line is intact. I don't want to hear no excuses about why we can't run. They don't run the ball. That's play calling. You know what I'm saying? Don't get fixated on one person. Spread the ball around. Whoever's open, give them the ball. If they can't catch the ball, they need to be on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Take what's given, read everything correctly, and give a solid play calling, and we should win this game.
So Rashad Penny is another healthy scratch.
Jeez. Ridiculous.
Oh
They
man,
better
Mob
be using
says
Boston Scott then. They better be using Boston on that
yeah.
I'm not messing with Philly and
Yeah.
I'm not messing with them and Penny, man. If I was Penny, I'd be like, bet y'all paying me money to just chill. You know what I'm saying? Get myself right for next year when I'm gonna go somewhere else where I can actually play. Old man Mob says same. He's been talking so much stuff. When KC lose, he quiet for a week. Oh, so when KC lose, he act like them Cowboys fans, huh? Well, yo, so yeah, I'm not surprised, DV man. The only reason that Penny was even active last week was because Bobblehead won't. That's how they do, man. I find it funny that our coach says, "Oh, we do it based off practice, based off game, based off this, based on that." I don't know what he sees in the game from Gainwell that you can't get from Penny, or you can't get from Boston Scott. You know, it's like you already made your decision as to who you want to be second, who you want to be third, and who you want to kind of be out of the equation. And it's not necessarily, in my opinion, a wise decision. Number one, you got injuries. Number two, Penny is a different kind of bat. You need a guy sometimes that can just bowl up in there and get you a few yards. So having him on the roster but never using him just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But hey, I'm not the coach, but I am somebody who cares a lot about the team, and I am going to let you know that's garbage to me. Hot trash.
What I do see is that, you know, our game plan is not under center unless we're doing brotherly shove.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that Rashad Penny is not that guy that can be out of the shotgun and run the ball. He's not good at doing that. He's good at, you know, following blocks and running north to south. He's not one of those guys that's going to be a threat because anytime he gets the ball, we either losing yards or at the most he's getting two. You know, he's not really, you know, getting the same type of grounding as he did in Seattle. So that's why I think the play calling is not there for him, and it was a mistake. I think it was a mistake to pick him up, honestly, at this point.
Starting to look
And
like it.
I agree with that, and I think that's exactly why we need better play calling at times. And I'm not saying you change everything, but you have a back who works in those type of situations. Why not put some of those plays in? You know what I'm saying? When he's in the game, you can run some of those plays with Swift too. Why not run some of those plays and Scott? The only person you can't really run that with is Nick's really favorite back, the guy who don't game well. That's the only person you really can't put in I form. That's the only person you really can't put in jumbo and all those goal line and all that. That's the really only guy you can. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know, disagreeing, DV, but that's why another reason why I call it the play calling. You should be doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's those situational situations where Brian Johnson is kind of iffy, and those are also the ones where we're like, is Nick also kind of has his influence in some of these game time situations? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like it feels like it was Brian Johnson for like the first couple games, and then Nick started kind of getting in on the decision making, and that's where you end up with like the pass on like 3rd and 3 where he like passed it 20 yards down the field to AJ Brown out of bounds. It's like, why are we doing this? Like some of this play calling in these situations, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I definitely agree. All right, we got a couple of more comments, guys. So we got Amanda checking in. Amanda, what's going on? She says Eli Ricks with the interceptions tonight because they're going to sleep on him for being an undrafted free agent. I'm down with it. I'm with it. Old man,
all I gotta say is keep on sleeping on him. Just keep going. We love
Bradbury,
it. We love it, man.
He's been in a slump. Bradbury needs a pick just to get him out that slump and give him some confidence.
Yeah.
So old man Mob says he's like these Cowgirls fans, but he's only 14, so I'll give him a little break. At least he's not 40-plus grown man crying about those Cowgirls.
Oh yeah, that's embarrassing at that point.
Hey, old man, I'm always
Rod.
for it. I'm always for it. Rod says, "What's up, fellas?" Hashtag taking season. Hashtag buy Bill. It's the same dude who's talking about they was gonna beat the Eagles week 1.
I was gonna say
and how they was gonna win the Super Bowl almost. Now look, it was all good 10 weeks ago. Rod, what happened, bro?
Tanking
Oh
season.
man.
5-man
And
fronts.
then
Stu with
yep,
these 5-man
5 man
fronts, man. I'm with you,
front.
Stu.
Third long. Hey Stu, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. And then my boy Vicola says, "What up? Good evening, Cool Breeze McCain. What up, Vicola? That's my guy right there, man. So we know that they offensively are not where they've been in the past, right? Missing weapons, guys dropping balls, not having the same thing, not really running the ball like that either. Things Andy Reid always has, right? Andy Reid is the only coach I know that will have great wide receivers and run them out of town. Like this is crazy. He did the same thing in Philly. Like, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't keep good wide receivers, but he wants to throw the ball. Like it doesn't add up. He would find some way to get rid of Brown or Smith if he was still in Philly because that's just what he does. I don't understand it. I mean, obviously these guys need to be paid. If you had Tyreek Hill on this team right now, if you hadn't traded him and you found a way to pay him, bro, we talking about a whole different game right now. Real talk. I mean, that's just being real. But my question is because I can, dump on Andy all day. That's one of my favorite pastimes. But the real question is defensively. I know Unc said the 5-man fronts on third and long, but what's something you guys think we can do defensively right now? Team we have, obviously, ain't nobody else coming. What do you think we can do to try to slow down this offense as a whole? They're going to try to run the ball on us a little bit because, Andy Reid's like, oh, nobody runs on the Eagles, so we're going to run on the Eagles. So what do y'all think we're going to be able to do defensively to kind of, just cool things down a little bit and keep this game in our favor?
You can go
You
first,
gotta watch
DB.
out for you gotta watch out for Kansas City's chip blocks. You have to watch
Mm-hmm.
out for that. They got over on us before when we played them. I'm not gonna say when we played them. I'm tired of talking about it.
Right. I
but
feel you.
but the chip blocks. But
Yeah.
I do like the matchup with our edge rushers in Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick against their tackles. I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of disruption in the interior, and I feel like that if they're getting that, and making uh, Patrick Mahomes step up, I feel like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis could get there, or Fletcher Cox, somebody of that magnitude could get there. We'll be okay. That's what we have to do on defense to stop and contain Patrick Mahomes. Also, with Travis Kelsey, I put it on Twitter. I asked basically how do we contain Travis Kelsey? One of the questions were, I mean, one of the answers were basically Roby on him, and then Byard over the top. Second was have James Bradbury just shadow him all game. To see if he can redeem himself from that Super Bowl. Because besides that holding call that was bogus because they were holding on both sides all game.
Thank you.
He was having an awful game. He
It
wasn't having
was.
a very good game. So if he can redeem himself here, because regardless of what they say and everything like that, we know some of those players are looking at this. Hassan Reddick had it circled. Jalen Hurts had it on his screen. People know. But at the end of the day, we need to go on there thinking 1-0. We need to think about beating this team. Like I said, it's a standard game. And Sean Desai really has to buckle down and do his adjustments quickly. We can't lose focus, and the determination from our players have to be there. If not, then it's going to be a long night. I don't want it to. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I don't want it to be a nail biter either. But regardless of how it is, I'll live. Let's get this win.
Straight up. Yeah, the only thing that really sticks out to me is like exactly what we talked about before with the Chiefs receivers not being what they have been as far as last year and these past couple years. I feel like that would be a good opportunity. We can play a little bit more man and play up a little bit more than we're used to. I mean, we always talk about these soft coverages. I think with these guys, these receivers they have, I think we would be able to play up and play man on them a little bit, a little press. I mean, other than that, I mean, you just have to like try to double team Kelsey. That's the only man you really got to worry about a majority of the time. But I mean, with the weather how it is, we don't know how it is as of right now, with it being rainy and everything. Who knows how the game is going to be going? If it has to go through the run game, I really think that our defensive line can come out on top as far as whenever it comes to run games. We saw how dominant they've been all season long. I mean, they were like one of the top. What was it? They were number one for most of the season so far in stopping the run. So I mean, if they have to go through the run because of the weather, I think we're going to be able to stop them. But this is a good game, like I mentioned before, for Bradbury and Slay to really come out and show who they are and come out of that slump that Bradbury's been in. And I think the main thing to do there is play up and man coverage there. And I think you can do that against some of these receivers.
I feel it, man. I feel it. For me, philosophy change, right? Like just go into this game and do some things that you haven't done before. Play some different type of zones, play some different type of coverages, give them some different looks. Maybe even if you're going to do some of the same things, make them second guess what we're going to do. Make them read maybe one thing and we do something a little different. Mahomes was obviously going to be able to adjust. But as we said, the other guys on that offense aren't the same caliber that we've seen in the past. So whatever we can do to kind of try to throw them off a little bit, whatever we can do to make it a little bit more difficult for them, I'm all for it. Because, hey, standard game. I love that. I'm gonna go with that. King DV. I like that standard game. This is a standard game. It ain't really like a rematch because you can't do that until you get back there. But this is a good standard game because this is what most people consider, even though they have 2 losses, the best team in football. Because it can't be the team that nobody likes. So that's all good. But a couple of comments here, man. This one I'm going to enjoy quite a bit. So Old Man Mob says it might be disrespectful, but in my opinion, I think Andy Reid is kind of overrated as a head coach. Look at the QBs he has had. Heck, look at those Eagles teams he had. I'm not going to disagree with you because unlike a lot of fans, I ain't got all this love for Andy Reid, man. I don't necessarily hate him, but he ain't win nothing for us. He had chances, he ain't win nothing. So, I mean, that's how I feel about him. So I'm with you. I can rock with that. Then Benny says, yes, it's time to stop playing that soft coverage, tighten up, jam them on the line. I can rock with that too. What's going on, Tyler?
Cool. So you'll pick Ducky P over Andy Reid?
Yes, because Dougie P won the big game. Because winning the big game is what matters. We can talk about like stats and how long Andy Reid was the coach and whatever and all that. But Andy Reid had multiple chances, like 5 in a row to win a Super Bowl. It could never get it done. Dougie P had one shot at 1 for 1. So give me Dougie P. If we got to be, if he gonna be great one year and then be trash for another 3 or 4 years, I take that over you okay all the time and you never win. Yeah, I want to win. Mm-hmm. But if we're talking all-time stats, people can make other arguments. I'm looking at chips because that's what matters. My opinion.
I think that Super Bowl when Donovan McNabb had too much chunky soup. I think that it was more about player execution. I think that's what it was. I think it was more so of that than the coaching staff. I don't think the coaching staff had all the blame on that. It was more so Don McNabb and T.O. little, love-hate relationship at that point.
Well, it could be all on the players. I agree because at the end of the day, the Cheatriots did what they do and they were cheating. So that's a big part of it too. We were being cheated on, right? But what did Dougie P do? Dougie P said, we're gonna practice inside where y'all can't see. Another advantage of Dougie P, adapting. One thing about Andy Reid, we can say that no one can argue this with me. You can argue whatever you want. Everybody who love Andy Reid, everybody who hate him, whatever. One thing you cannot deny is he did leopard don't change his spots. Them same spots is there all the time. But he doing the same things. It's working, but he does the same things. He mismanages the clock. He only runs the ball if he feels like it's going to be an advantage for a couple of plays. He'll throw the ball to a running back all game, but he's not going to hand it off to him about 10 times. It don't matter if you're having a great game. It don't matter if you're playing trash. That's what Andy Reid does. So he's still doing those things. But the cheating did help. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna never let that go.
Do y'all think, like a lot of people, especially all week, they weren't talking about Pacheco, how he can like put his foot in this game? How do you think that we stop him not running wise? Because I know we're number 1 in run defense. How do we stop him on them short passes when we're bringing our edge rushers and basically they do that little swing pass? Because that's what kills us.
Hmm.
The big thing for me is discipline. We have to be disciplined for this game. We can't get out of place. We can't get turned around. We can't be focusing on things other than what the task at hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about if uh Byers got his guy. You know what I'm saying? You worry about make sure you got your guy. If the shift happens, make sure you're shifting to the person you're supposed to be guarding, the zone you're supposed to be guarding. Because in that last game that we played against this team, because I don't want to say that anymore either. The last game we played against them, a lot of the damage they did was when they did things like shifts and different things, and we were not able to get back on guys, and guys were running wide open. So let's make
Right.
sure we clean those type of things up. That to me is a big part of it. I don't know, whatever else you guys got.
I kind of think we need to utilize Nolan Smith, especially because Derek Barnett's not
Yes,
there.
yes.
Utilize him on that assignment because he can actually do it. Um, he needs to be playing more reps, more reps. A lot of people are
Yeah.
saying we don't hear about him. We don't know how serious that shoulder injury was to the point where he's developing that get back mode. Because in the beginning of the season, he was on an interview and you was ready to run through a wall because he was ready to hit somebody. But now it's just like the Eagles are not seeing that from him, or they just don't like him in certain spots, or they just love Derek Barnett to the point where it's like, oh, we want to keep you in a rotation. I don't understand why he got beat out by like a 2 year guy on offense. Like, I forgot who he played, but he pointed at him like that. That was just embarrassing to the point where he looked out of shape. And I hate the fact that he's still on this squad and taking reps from somebody that deserves them. You know, you can have like a Nicholas Morrow out there, or Zach Cunningham, because they're good at going from side to side at times. I think they were practicing that on Wednesday. On Wednesday
Hmm.
they were practicing that. Wednesday or Thursday. Um, it was Thursday. So I think you can mix it up a little bit on how you stop Pacheco from catching those short passes. Just be ready for those. You can't stop them all because you want to call certain plays, especially short the side. Um, he's basically one of those guys that if it's not broke, we'll fix it later. I'm not going to say we don't fix it like the other guy that we had, but he basically he see what works and be like, no, we need to adjust here because I see what they're trying to do, and not, all season it worked. Most of the season it worked, but at the same time, it's like this is not the game to wait until halftime. You need to adjust and then adjust again. That's basically where you got to be at with it.
Hmm.
And coming into the mix, Eagles
What do?
diva.
What it do?
What's going
What
on?
up? What up?
What's
What's
happening?
going on?
What up? So diva, we just talking about defensively. What we need, what can we do to maintain a victory? You know what I'm saying in this game? Because the offense, I feel like gonna do their thing. As long as the defense can get us some stops, I think we're gonna be good. So we just talking about what we think the defense can do.
Well, first of all, I need for decide not to make a Jonathan Gannon appearance tonight. Um, that would be the first
Hmm.
thing. The second thing would be to fix that hole in the middle because we know they're gonna go to the middle because they know we're really weak in the middle. I'm a little more confident with Morrow and Cunningham being back there. Love N'Kobe, but he just ain't been the same lately. So we definitely have to always keep track of Travis Kelsey because he killed us last time we played them. Pachenko is another one. They have a few other good wide receivers that could also get off on us. My main thing is that route. You know what I'm saying? Throwing in the middle and throwing down the field because sometimes our corners and safeties, I, I don't know if they don't know who they're supposed to be covering. Some of them be covering too far off. Some of them be too close. They're not jamming them at the line. So I need for a well-rounded defense this time. We had a week and a half off to figure out how we close that hole, to figure out if we need to give help over the top or underneath, because a lot of times, especially with a wide receiver like Travis Kelsey being tall, you need help over the top and underneath with him. We can't have Slay out there looking crazy, so we're gonna need some help. So make sure that we are adjusting in areas that we need to adjust when it comes to certain plays that we know they're gonna play. We also need to get after Mahomes because we know he's a pocket passer, but he will step up and run if he sees that he can step up in that pocket and run. He will do it. I do want to see some hits because we saw no hits besides at the end of the quarter in the first game. I want to see a lot of hits. I want to see pressure. I want to see situational spies in this game, especially on Mahomes. So I think if we do those little things, I think we can win this game.
I just want to address a couple of these comments over here. So old man says, "Hey, cool. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Maybe if Eagles cheated, they would have won more." Hey,
Dang.
I'm not saying it. Hey, I'm not saying it's not a little bit of salt in my hatred. I'm not saying it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some truth to if you cheat, you win. I'm just saying, but y'all still cheaters. And Stu says, "What's goody, diva?"
What's going on, Stu? I thought you was gonna be up here.
And old man Mob says, "If Eagles want to win the Super Bowl, they need two things: a backup QB like Mac Jones and a wide receiver like Parker. And it will only cost a bag of air for both of them."
Listen, we ain't winning the Super Bowl with neither one of them. You hear
Nah.
me?
He said, "A bag of air, bruh, a bag of air." Oh man, I like that one. I mean, I've said a smoke and a pancake. You know what I'm saying? A tea burger, two glizzies, but I ain't never said a bag of air. I like that one, bro. I like that. All right, so guys and Gail, let's move over to the offensive side of the ball. So Diva, ladies first, of course. We're gonna start with you. What do you think? Old man says, "Please, Diva, I'm begging you to take them both." We good though. But Diva, offensively, what do you feel like it's going to be the keys for us to get a victory? And also, I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and do it in this segment. What is your score prediction for this game?
So score prediction, I got 31-35. What we need to run the ball because it's already raining out there. So I need to see a run heavy offense this game. No excuses. You already know the ball gonna be wet. The field is gonna be wet, so you ain't gonna be able to get traction like you normally do, like it was when we played them last year. Um, so we definitely need to run. I think if we run and we do some RPOs, uh, and hold on to the ball, most definitely hold on to the ball. I think that we can win this game. But running is really going to be the key to this game because it's windy and it's wet. It's already raining and we ain't even started yet. So yeah, run heavy this game. Like I don't need Jalen out there throwing 40 times and getting toe up in the darn rain. And I know his knee is good, but you never know what could happen when you're on a wet turf. So please run the ball. That's my main thing. Run that ball down their throats. Is Rashad Penny active? Does anybody know?
Nah,
No.
inactive.
See, there we
I
go.
know. That was my reaction too.
There we go.
Mm.
There we go.
This would have been a perfect game for him.
Lord have mercy.
Mhm.
I hope we ain't using Kenny Gainwell. I better see Boston Scott. I better
Oh,
see Boston Scott.
you're about to see the clear cut backup running back for the Philadelphia Eagles because he shows it in practice and on tape and in the game. So like he should be the backup quarterback, even though he doesn't game well. He still should be the backup running back.
Man, I want to see Boston Scott and I want to see Swift all game. I only want to see Gainwell in situational plays and very situational at that. Okay.
Very.
The situation I want to see him is on the sideline.
Handing out cups
That
of
would be
water.
great.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be
Saying, "Mommy shit, mommy shit, mommy shit, mommy shit." It's foosball's the devil. That's what he need to be doing.
I was really gonna say, yo, he better give his best Bobby Boucher impression there,
You know what I'm
game
saying?
motion, because he's gonna be the water boy after that one, man.
Jeez.
DV, what you got, bro?
Like I said earlier, Diva hit it spot on. Mother Nature helped us out with, it being rainy, wet field, run the ball. protect the ball. You know, we got Cam Jurgens back. A lot of people, a lot of content creators were basically saying, you know, Cam Jurgens being back there, the run game should pick up. No, I really believe that is hand in hand with Jalen Hurts being even more healthy. I'm not going to say he's 100% because we didn't see him on the field, but at the end of the day, he got that brace off. So you got to try to utilize that RPO. You got to try to um, not do no quarterback draws. Let's not do that, you know. But
Please.
get the run game going. Play inside out. Get Devontae Smith into some shifty plays. Don't sit up there and just rely on him to catch the ball downfield and everything. Utilize Jack Stoll. I think Jack Stoll. After hearing his interview, that he's ready. They were practicing with wet footballs all practice every day of practice this week. So I think they be well prepared, hopefully, because anything can happen in game. Ball get punched out or whatever, but protect the football. And then also on the flip side, the secondary has to show up tonight. Secondary cannot allow um, Patrick Mahomes to throw behind the linebackers, like I said earlier, and the secondary also has to keep up with those other guys when Patrick Mahomes, because it's going to happen. It's but so long that you could contain him for a stint in the play. It's going to happen. You got to stay with your guy because if a guy get open, he's going to find him. He's going to exploit it. At the end of the day, um, I just want to know what's the game plan in the beginning of the game, and what's the big game plan in the half at the halftime after halftime for Travis Kelsey. That's what I want to know from short to side, and it's gonna deter or dictate basically how this game is going to go. Because if they keep tackling Travis Kelsey on a linebacker, or our secondary is not playing, or still playing the way they've been playing, then it's going to be a long night because now everybody's on Travis Kelsey trying to stop him, and then Sky Moore, Rice is open, you know, uh, Scantlin is open, it's or even Pacheco. Like I said, we got to have focus. I want our defense to be focused, and that's all I ask. And like, if we lose this game, then I want to say, hey, it's a close game. We had a standard game. Let's move on to the Bills next week. But I need this game. I need this game. It needs to be 9-1 coming Tuesday morning. My final score prediction is 34-24. Go Birds.
All right. Tyler, what you got?
I have to agree with DV on wholeheartedly on the defensive side of the ball. Be focused. Be focused out there. Do your job. That's the big key to this game. Do your job. And that goes for not just the players but the coaching staff. Brian Johnson, stop with the non-creative calls. Do something that the other team has not seen all season. Do things that they have not seen all season. Run the football. Again, it's a rainy environment. The ball is going to be wet. And hold on to that ball just a little bit harder, because that ball is going to be easier to slip out because of course, the ball is wet. So hold on to the ball a little bit tighter. Run the football down your throats and be more creative with your play calling. Defense, do your job. That's all I got to say. Do your job.
Okay. Well, for me, we need to block. Uh, Run blocking is fun for a line because run blocking allows those five guys up front to attack. When you're
Yes.
pass blocking, you're kind of back on your back foot, you're pushing, you're kind of being attacked, and you're staving off the attack. Let these guys get used to pounding people. Let them get used to running over people. Let them put some mud and some sweat and some rain and everything on the defense. Make the defense kind of have to take a step back. Make them have to be reactionary to what we're going to do offensively. And it goes without saying, run the freaking ball, run the freaking ball, run the freaking ball, run the freaking ball. My fantasy team would appreciate about 15 short passes to AJ Brown, that he breaks some of them. But if we can't make that happen and we still win, that's cool. I did us a favor. I sit DeAndre Swift because if I sit the Eagle, they have a good game. So I took the L on the points and put in A Chain, thinking maybe he'd have a good game. 2 plays, his knees hurt again. But hey, if I lose in fantasy, but we win this game, I'm good. I'm completely good. As far as the score goes, for me, I'm going to go 34-27. I think we'll both have to make some field goals. This won't be all touchdowns because neither one of these teams are proficient in the red zone. I think we'll get some plays from outside of the red zone where we'll make a catch, run and catch, or break big runs and things like that to get the scores. Obviously, if we get down to the 1 or under or 2 or under, we're going with the tush push. Not saying brotherly shove. If you want me to, sorry, it's not happening. But
I'm
the
not
tush
doing it
push,
either, brother.
no, yeah, that doesn't sit right with me.
Nope.
Doesn't sit right in my spirit to say that, so I'm not saying that. But we're gonna use that play. Obviously, we really need to focus on the run, especially with the rain. I like the fact that we were having guys catch the ball and
Yeah.
work with if the ball being wet already, so that they were more prepared for this. But at the end of the day, you still have to go out here and execute. This is a team that won the Super Bowl last year. This is your champions. Obviously, I don't believe in rematches, but at the same time, it's a game we need to win. 9-1 looks so much better than 8-2. Let's go and make this thing 9-1. Let's get ready for what's coming up next. We know we got Buffalo next week. You don't know what you're getting from Buffalo. I'm telling you, they the new Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde team. They come out one week and lose to anybody, and they come out the next week and look like world beaters. They look good this past week, so maybe we're gonna catch them on one of them crazy weeks. But hey, you got to go play against them. Then, of course, once we finish with them, San Francisco. So this is a tough couple of games. So getting a win here, starting off with a win, that would be great. Hopefully that's what we can make happen. Ain't no guarantees in football. What we think gonna happen, what we want to happen, ain't no guarantees. But at the end of the day, we out here to win. Them boys want to win this game, like DB said earlier. They remember what happened. They want this game. I want it too. Old man Mob says, "Fat's cool. What people trying to do make the push sound like it should be a slang in prison." Right? No, we ain't doing that. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Man. We don't do that around these parts. All right. So, my good people, any other thoughts? Any shout outs? Because we didn't talk
I
about
do
the
have
game.
one thing. I forgot the score for my side. I have the Eagles 35-24.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I just need for Nick not to get outcoached by Andy Reid. That's it. That's what I need. And BJ. Yeah, it's time to hand Andy Reid that L. We ain't handed him an L since he left. Tonight need to be the night. Period. That's
The
all I got
first
to say.
of multiple ones, too. The first of multiple ones.
On a gold-plated
Nick,
silver platter. Gold platter.
Nick Sirianni is
Gold platter.
0-2 against Andy Reid. Nick Sirianni is 0-2 against Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey has never beat Andy Reid since he left. Jason Kelsey has never beat his brother
Nope.
on a professional level. Jason Kelsey, this is his last year. I need these boys, if they are down or if they are getting beat between the 20s, play for Jason. Find some new motivation. Also, we got this new guy because the old guy sucked. This new guy has to show improve. Like, regardless of what you did in second halves for 9 weeks, this is the game that you're going to be judged on. This is the game because this is, like I said before, it's a standard game. This is the game that you're going to be judged on, because at the end of the day, the last guy we had couldn't do it. And if we got the same type of results, we might need to be looking for a new guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
ASAP.
So you really have to think about everything that goes into the standard game against a good Kansas City Chiefs team. Not taking nothing away from them. They're allowing 16 points a game. They're first in sacks allowed. It's a lot of stats you could go about with the Chiefs, but I know our team, and our team is going to sit up there and use redemption as motivation at first. As soon as people start getting settled in, you got to find new motivation. You can't lose focus on the matter at hand. We need to go 1-0 that this week, regardless of how y'all do it. You know, we all say run the ball, whatever. I do not want to see 4 passive plays or 3 passive plays in the first drive. I don't want to see it just
No
because
first
you
down
know
plays.
if
No
we
first
go
down
if we
passes.
go if we get to 4-2 or 4-1, you already know what's coming. Stop banking on that and play football. That's all I want from this team.
I like it. What up, Coach Dante?
What up, coach?
We didn't talk about this game. This game been circled on everybody's calendar. Fans of both teams since the schedule came out. Right. That's
Mhm.
real. So time for talk is over. It's game time. Right.
Anytime.
We got a game starting in about what 40, 45 minutes or so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So execute, man. Execute. Go out there and execute. I expect the coaches to go out and put together a good game plan. You had 2 weeks. So I expect you to and an extra day. You had 2 weeks and a day. Put together a good game plan. Show these bums in the Midwest who really them boys, who them guys, the men, not boys, but men. You know what I'm saying? Because them boys is in Arlington, but who the men are. You know what I mean? And get ready, man. You know what I'm saying? Get ready. This is it's a lot on the line. You know what I'm saying? Regular season, best record. Also allow on the line as far as personal things, like DV alluded to, but also you still hear a lot of murmur. Hey, the Eagles look good, but they beat Dallas, but Dallas is that's in their division. They play them every year, and they beat Miami, but Miami don't really beat good teams. We still got all of that. So I love it personally. The more you doubt the Eagles, the happier I am. When everybody's talking about, oh, the Eagles gonna win, the Eagles gonna do this, the Eagles gonna do that, I'd be like, man, come on, somebody got to be hating. So we still got some out there. So I love it. Feed us, give us some more bulletin board material. Give us that chip on our shoulder. We need that thing. So a couple more comments we got here. We got Philly that says y'all look flat. Let's freaking go. And then Coach Dante says, and I don't want to see Davis Mills no time soon. For y'all who don't know, man, Coach Dante is not a fan of Davis Mills. I mean, it's pretty clear, but just to be
Mhm.
clear. But listen, y'all, it's game time in less than an hour. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't taking over or at least a strong presence in that stadium, I'm gonna be disappointed. But the main thing is win. How Al Davis said, just
Right.
win, baby.
Just
If
win.
we win this game by 1 point, by 45 points, shoot, by 2 points, 3 points, whatever, we need to lead this game with a dub. That's what the Philadelphia Eagles need to do. And in case y'all ain't doing nothing after this and you don't know where you're watching the game at, you can catch your boy. I'll still be here along with Key, and I believe Coach Dante will be on there as well. We're gonna be doing this game. We're gonna be talking about this game. We're gonna be giving y'all our thoughts on this game. And then old man Bob says, I'll take Mills over Mac Jones right now. Bruh, that's tough. That's tough. And old man says, great work and another great street. Appreciate that, old man. But yeah, when he says he will take Mills over Mac Jones, that tell y'all you need to know. I mean, I call him whack and cheese for a reason. Told y'all. I knew that seeing him in Alabama. You can win when you can be a great quarterback when you got all that talent and you're more talented than everybody else. Talent is more even out in the NFL. Your lack of ability was going to always show, and it has.
Yep.
But you know who does have ability? You know who's gotten better every year? Who also played at Alabama?
Jalen
QB1.
freaking Hurts.
QB1. You know who else got better? And they also played at Alabama?
Tua.
Number six. Number
Two.
six.
Mhm.
Tua and number
Yep.
6.
I'm talking about number six. Piss on Tua right now. Number six. Devontae
Mhm.
Smith.
Oh, yep. I forgot about Devontae. What? Dang it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep,
hey,
Devontae.
go out there and win.
Devontae and Jalen freaking Hurts, y'all.
Give us some ammunition
Yeah.
because there's been a lot of chirping, and not just from Chiefs fans, right? If you go and you look at other shows from fans of other teams, right? They all want us to lose. You know the lines is praying. They praying to the football guys. Please let the Eagles lose. You know that Arlington football team, they in silent sacrifice somewhere in secret huts, sacrificing goats and dogs and stuff, trying to hope that the Eagles lose. You know what I'm saying? All these teams, man, they want this team to catch this L. I'm excited when this happens. I'm excited when like we the focal point. You know what I'm saying? Like last year we was undefeated for a good amount of time, then we only had one L for a good amount of time. So we're kind of in the same situation. We just need that dub today. We got a tough schedule. It's all good. Everybody's got a rough patch. So let's get through it. Let's start with a dub tonight. I mean, I don't think we're gonna go 5-0, but let's start 1-0. Second half of the season. Let's get it.
Even if we do, they're gonna be like, "Oh, the Eagles ain't play nobody, y'all. They ain't play nobody." That's how
And
they
I'm gonna
always
say,
ain't play
and I'm gonna
nobody.
say, so you saying that the defending world champions ain't nobody? Who is somebody then? What we gotta do? You know what? If we win this game, y'all know where it's gonna go with me. Do we gotta play Jesus Christ at quarterback, the
Yep.
angels at wide receiver?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Cherubs at the offensive line. Like, who do we gotta play to play somebody? We win
That's
this
who we
game.
gotta play. We gotta play Jesus. So
Do
Yep.
we
we
gotta
go
Gotta
be
play Jesus.
do
considered.
we gotta play? Do we gotta play? What was that? The 71 Dolphins team, the undefeated team. We gotta beat them. Like,
Yeah.
what do we have to do? But it don't matter. Keep talking. Keep talking. The more you talk, the more I love it. I don't know what they do, but I love it. It makes me happy. It gets me up. Coach says that means your quarterback is bad if you gotta take Davis Mills over Mac Jones. And then old man says, Coach, I'm over Mac Jones being on the Pats. Me and 100, I'll take 80 plus Brady or Cam. Heck, I'll be able Bledsoe right now over Mac Jones. That's tough. That's tough.
That is
But I
tough.
gotta admit, the hate that I have for the Patriots, I do enjoy seeing y'all in this position. I'm not even gonna lie. I got number love for you, old man, but the Patriots, they cheat. They cheaters. And I
Yeah,
enjoy
for so
them
long.
getting a little bit of that get back for
Yeah.
all that cheating. Karma gets everybody. Philly says we have one of the hardest schedules. They always making excuses. Oh, they
Oh,
always
always.
will. They always will. But that's why we always say no one likes us and we don't care. So I'm not complaining. I'm excited that you don't like us.
Yep.
It gets my juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? So 732. I want to shout out Tyler, King DV, and Diva, and also Wyatt. I know he had to hop off. Also Wyatt. Uh, Another episode. We talking about the games. Y'all know we doing it every week. Y'all know what we do. It's all that and a bag of chips. Every game. We gonna be here. All right. So Stu says they look flat because I'm not in there getting them hype.
Exactly,
Hey,
man.
every game we don't have to yell, right? Sometimes we got to give you that
That
chill meat and
sternness.
potatoes, that realness, that listen to the words. I don't want you to get hung on the delivery. Listen to my words. This is a game that we need. But you know who we need to be hyped? Them dudes in that
The
locker
Eagles.
room, in the visitors' locker room. That's who we need to be hyped.
We gonna be hyped
And
on
then,
Yep,
Wednesday. We win
for
this
sure.
game. Either hype or
we win this
mad.
game.
So
We win this game. Hey, Wednesday's gonna be lit either way. She right. Wednesday's gonna be lit either way. And Wednesday's my birthday, and we still doing this.
lit.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so Coach Dante says, I can't stand the narrative. You haven't played nobody. I can't stand that narrative. Hey, I'll take it. Dave Ben says, go Chiefs. Boy, bye. Coming through here with that mess. Coming through
Go,
with that
go
mess.
have a seat. Go take several seats.
Yeah, several, all at one time. Sit up high. Hope they fall over on you too. Philly says, Stew. oh, old man Mob says, nothing but respect and love. Cool. Absolutely, man. You know it's just jokes, man. If we had won Super Bowls cheating, I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Still a little hate though. I'm gonna keep that real. So Philly says, great show, guys. Appreciate it. And gals. And then
Stu, don't break the TV tonight, Uncle Stu. Now, all
Stu says,
right?
I'm sipping
Cause you
yak
on
right
that
now, so
yak.
I'm ready.
Don't break the TV tonight, my man. All right.
So he really says, he drinking yak because he ready. All
That
right,
yak
all right.
gave you just some things.
Yeah,
Just some things.
that yak gets you out. Yeah, get you out.
That
All right. So with that being said, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get off here. Y'all get to y'all's destination safely to watch the games. Again, you're free. Start back on through. But if not, it's all good. But I'm chill right now because I want to make sure that we talk about everything we talk about. When that game start, uh, point juice time. Crunch Juice time. All right, good people. Fly Eagles Fly. Be
All
a
right,
me.
yeah. Fly Eagles
We will
fly.
see
Be
y'all
elite.
Wednesday. Make sure you check out Team DV. Everywhere that he got. Make sure you check out Diva. Make sure you check out Tyler. And y'all know where to find me every day and going where. And we
Everywhere.
gonna holler at y'all.
We'll holler at you. Y'all
Come
have a
back.
good one.
Peace.